It's seasonal story time. If you didn't tune in for last week, TLDR, Crow killed Anna and then had breakfast with Elsie. In that order.
Welcome, Guardian. I have completed my assessment of my current functional capabilities. Despite my newfound ability to communicate with you, key elements of my code remain incomplete. I would be unable to take command of the warsats, even if I were uploaded to the network. No submine cores remain for reintegration. Our only option is to continue collating ancillary submine data for my reconstruction algorithm. In summary, we must stay the course. Breach the vaults. Retrieve and reintegrate the submine data. Soon, the warsats will once again be humanity's to wield.
Okay, more than a weapon, Rasputin has informed you that key elements of his code remain missing or incomplete. Without them, he cannot take control of the warsats. In order to continue his restoration process, he needs you to continue reintegrating submine data into the Ingram and delivering it to him in the helm. We must stay the course. He summarizes, despite the lack of additional submine cores, Rasputin is confident that the warsats will soon belong to humanity once again. Oh, we can purchase an upgrade. Rasputin's eyes flicker as the server blazes throughout the room, roaring computation. Clovis previously granted you access to Braytek's covert operation equipment, which he attempted to revoke before being once again confined to Europa. He was unsuccessful. The Exo Frame nods to itself. Furthermore, I partially bypassed his authorization protocols, allowing you to utilize more of his arsenal. Rasputin tilts his head towards you. In time, I'll bring down his final firewall. For now, add another instrument to your repertoire. Okay, all right, so, Extreme Ordnance allows the spawning of power-up that refreshes all abilities and grants damage bonus against Death, Tongue, Core Source, and Heist battlegrounds that Sinnoh servitors in the mission operates the server shield. Or Tactical Armor allows the bypassing traps reduces damage taken from traps and laser barriers. Heist battleground. Which one? 1, 2. I pick 1 and it's not great. Oh, he picked... Okay, he picked 1. I'm doing 2. I'm doing 2!
The War Mind speaks. His archives are incomplete, as is his memory. There's a figment seeded in that recollecting mind where my visions might find purchase. The pieces are scattered on the floor before me. I see them like points of starlight. They form a constellation, but my eye cannot yet draw the lines. Nefele Stronghold is a term that appears multiple times throughout the submine's caches.
Nefele.
Each time I read it, I hear it whispered in Savathun's voice. Anna recognizes the term Nefele, transcribed from a temporal disturbance on Mars. Recognition was all she had to offer. But Rasputin must know. Asking the right question could unlock everything. I need time to submit my inquiries to Rasputin, to find convincing proof for Ikora. Time we do not have. Zivor Roth's assault on the Warmind's network is no coincidence. She is far more tactician than brute. I underestimated her once. I won't be afforded another mistake. Our next move must be certain.
Osiris is cautiously optimistic in that awakened Rasputin will be able to answer the lingering questions about his visions. The term Nefele Stronghold has appeared in numerous files recovered from the submine cache. Osiris is certain that following the thread will lead to greater revelations. Each time I read it, I hear whispering in Savathun's voice, he says. Still, he knows that time is not on his side. Zivor Wrath is on the move, and Osiris vows not to underestimate her again. Guys, huge stuff right here. Huge stuff. I think the real question should be asked to Rasputin is, how many times did you not pull out? And then we could draw a lot of conclusions from that. No, listen. Cloud Striders are Rasputin's children in some way. We don't know how that works. I've tried visualizing it multiple times. And although I have a few ideas, nothing I can really share with you guys to be factually true.
I require additional data from Malahayati. Its contribution may develop additional strategic assessments.
First, we have to deal with the Hive and the Scorn. Guardian, I believe you have a solution prepared.
Yes, kill everything, don't die. I got you. It's a universal solution. It seems to work in every expansion. Yeah.
That did it. Hatch opening and setting that perimeter tower to friendly. You're welcome.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Where the fuck did he go? Where the fuck did he go? Where did he fuck? Oh, okay.
Now that Rasputin
give me the
is back
machine gun so I can
online,
get the
I
fully
think I can
crafted.
specify
Come on,
which file
please.
clusters we're pulling from the submine. Clever.
Please.
If we can align the structures with Rasputin's
Machine gun,
current
machine
ones,
gun.
integration
No!
will be
Yes,
faster.
I got the machine
Actually, if we'd like
gun.
to add another string
said it
to
wasn't
our
meta,
bow,
though.
so to speak, you could plant a scrambling encryption.
I just want to
Great
craft it so
idea.
I can shit on it.
It'd slow down anyone
Yeah, is that-
other than Red from trying to take over the bunker.
The Bray sisters reunited. Pride is an inadequate expression, but it is the first to come to mind.
Look at Rasputin trying to play daddy out here. Now, it wants us to go speak to Elsie.
Guardian, I worry for Anna. She is more like Clovis than she would like to admit. Obsessed with doing what she's decided is right, a compulsion to achieve her goal no matter the cost. I've seen where that path can lead. I don't want that for her. I don't want to have to stop her. If there's one constant in all the possible futures I've seen, it's fear. And I'm tired of being afraid. Afraid to live, afraid to lose, afraid to trust. And yet, I came to place my trust in you on Europa. Perhaps it's time I did the same with Anna. She deserves it. At least in that respect, she's nothing like Clovis at all.
Look, I'm not into robots, but I don't know if it's her voice actor or she just... Elsie's top tier, right? She was the original Bay. You're right. The original. She's a hell of a fighter, all right? British accents. She can time travel. What more do you want? More than a weapon. Elsie worries about the similarities she sees between Anna and Clovis. Both are driven to achieve their goals, skirting the edge of obsession in the process. I've seen where that path can lead, she says ominously, thinking back on her decision to trust you on Europa. Elsie wonders if it's time she afforded Anna the same leap of faith. She reminds herself that for all the similarities, in some respects, Anna's nothing like Clovis at all. Yo, man, she's not. She's not like Clovis is way worse. Way worse, and that's why we love him.
With each cache of submine data, an increased percentage of my code is restored. I become more myself. No, that is inaccurate. My submines were left to evolve on their own trajectories. Reintegrating them has altered my own personality matrix. Through them, I see how humanity once looked to me as a savior, an entity capable of protecting them and destroying their enemies. In many ways, I am a war god of their own making. Perhaps I am not unlike Zivurath in that regard. The difference between us is that I do not wage war for its own sake. I safeguard those in my charge. Continue retrieving and reintegrating the submine data. I will contact you once the next phase of restoration can begin. If I am to be humanity's war god, then I will smite those who threaten it. Zivurath, the Wrathborn, and all who follow.
As Rasputin's reconstruction progresses, he reflects on how the reintegration of the submines has altered his own personality. He now sees himself as humanity's once saw him, an all-seeing savior in the sky, a mechanical war god of their own making. Perhaps I am not unlike Zivurath in that regard, he muses. Rasputin assures you, however, that he wills his power to protect humanity. Once he is fully restored, he will ensure that the Wrathborn threat is eliminated. Okay, so I get it. I'm glad that he feels morally obligated to carry out this savior thinking he's got going on. Here's the thing. Isn't Zivurath kind of doing the same thing, right? Isn't Zivurath kind of just protecting her family? her race. She wages war to feed her worm, nothing to do with helping the Hive. They've been killing for thousands and thousands, millions of years, actually. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, shouldn't. Yeah, they had it coming. Fuck her. Fuck Stevie. I'm sorry. I tried to see her side just for a little bit.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.